Okay, let's talk about what is sin. It may look simple, but let us just have a depth understanding of what sin is. For us to be able to have that, let's look at from the beginning. From the beginning. Sin has a source. Sin started from somewhere. And as the name of this program is, the truth of the matter. So the truth, if you want to know the truth, you go to the truth. And the whole truth can only come from the only person. Everyone, we all have a source. But there's someone that is the source without a source. And that person is called God. The truth. And that person is God. Yes. So let's go. It's only him that revealed by his word the source of sin, how sin began. And when we look at that, in Genesis chapter 2, 16, verse 16 and 17, then we're going to be focusing on Genesis chapter 3, verse 6. So I don't want to paraphrase. I just want to read that Genesis chapter 2. Now if you go to Genesis chapter 2, let's start from verse 15. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. This actually after God created the first man, which is called Adam. So he created him for a purpose. There's a reason. So he has already created what man would do for him on the earth. So when he created man, he said, okay, let me take him and put him on what I have designed him to do for me. So, but there's something he told him. In verse 16, it says, and the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. That's a command. And verse 17 says, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Now, a personality began to speak to Eve and said, for God doeth, verse 5 now, for God doeth know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and you shall be as God, knowing what is good and what is evil. So the moment Eve began to listen to someone that was speaking against the one that employed you and gave you an instruction on how to operate in the place he has already given to you, and this person is the one that created you, and said, don't do this. And you began to listen to another person that is speaking against what the authority
giving it a second thought
has given to you not to do. You are giving it a second thought. That's right. Now that second thought, see how that second thought brought sin. That is the source of sin. Now that second thought was what showed in verse 6 of the chapter 3. It said, the moment Eve began to listen to that second thought and begin to consider it, look at what happened. It said, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food. Something your creator, something your employer, something the person said don't do. It is not good. He began to hear some other person to the point and begin to see what an intruder is saying against an instruction given.
And that became the origin of sin.
Sin. So when she saw what was not good, and she said it is now good, and that it was pleasant to her eyes. And the Bible said she went ahead and ate the fruit that was forbidden. So that act is actually a disobedience to God's word.
And that will bring us to the
that
definition
generated
of sin.
Sin. So sin, by definition, is willful disobedience to God's word or will.
Wow, thank you, sir. I like that. Willful. When somebody intentionally disobeys, that's wonderful. I think that says it for me, for sin, because sin is more like a religious thing, right?
Okay. For me to be able to get a definition, I just want to ask: is it possible for you to employ, let's say, a child? He used something like employment. Employer employed you. Let's say, for instance, a child who is yet to know things, who is yet to have a higher IQ, to know what is to be done. Now, let's give a position of, let's say, a security guard in the company. Now, can you employ a child of 8 years, 6 years to handle such a position? Even though you're going to tell that child, this is your job. Make sure you secure, make sure you're up in time.
Yeah.
We know what security has to do with. Now, is it possible for you to employ such a child for such a job?
No.
Okay, if the answer is no, what brought me to that is that if we go back to the Bible, and I would like us to not say how we feel about it, but let's just stick to what their Bible said about it, right?
Yeah.
Now, the employer employed these two individuals and told them, gave them a command, do not eat from the tree that contains the knowledge of what is good and what is wrong, or what is bad, or what is evil. It contains it.
Yeah.
Meaning, beforehand, these two individuals does what? They lack the knowledge of what is good to do and what is bad to do. But they have been told what to do. But they lack the IQ to comprehend what is meant to be done. As a child, yes, this child is a human being. You hear me, right? But don't do this thing. But this is a child. We all know how children are.
Yeah.
No matter, sometimes in our homes, we tell them, come, don't go and play outside. But rain starts falling. That child is like, wow, look at how the rain is dropping. Let me go and play outside. But you know that child is going to get cold, right?
Yeah.
But that child doesn't know that. Now, if that child happens to go outside and you go back to bring in that child, are you supposed to sit that child down and tell the child, now listen, when you do things like this, this is what it will result to. I need you to learn. And we all know that learning takes what? Time.
Yeah.
With children as they grow.
Yeah.
Or are you going to go out straight and beat the hell of that child, possibly kick that child out of the house, back into that rain that's going to cause this sickness, and abandon and leave that child? I'm not trying to exaggerate it, but I'm just trying to create a picture whereby something contains knowledge of you to know what you're supposed to do, but you don't have access to it. Now, someone else comes to tell you that if you go through this thing, you actually be able to know that, this thing you've been told is good or bad. Yeah. So how do we place these two things on a balance? Okay. Who is actually doing? Because, calm down, he said that is the source of sin, by them doing something they don't know. Let's not forget that, whether it's a sin or not, whether it's wrong or not, despite them being told. But they don't have that IQ to comprehend what has been given to them. They were just told. So how are they? And even the Bible said that it was only when she now ate of it, she knew that it was what? Pleasant. It is good to eat. That is when their eyes opened to know, wow, okay, this is good, this is bad. That was when they now have that innate consciousness, or anything you can call it, for them to now know actually what is good and bad. Are you getting my point?
I'm trying to.
So if we are trying to say sin, what sin is, because somehow we've not really defined it. We just said it's disobedience, willful disobedience. Because if we still use the Bible, we'll see that it was not willingly. You get my point? Okay. They were just created, put in a place, and asked, do not do this. Finish. Now, I'm still going to keep using that child, because the Bible gave us this picture of Adam and Eve as full-grown individuals in body, but not in
brain, in sense.
I want to correct you there.
You get? Because the Bible didn't tell us that, okay, they had this number of days
wait.
to learn this or that.
Are you trying to say that even as the serpent came to deceive them, they didn't even know it was deceit?
What I'm trying to say is that they didn't even know that that is a serpent. And what the serpent was doing was deceit or good thing. They were just as they listened to the first person. Same way they were just listening to the second person.
Hold on. I want to tell you something. If you know the making of Adam and Eve, you will shout.
Okay.
The illustration you're giving is far below who Adam and Eve were.
No, I'm just trying to
Just hold on.
to picture what the Bible said.
I want to show you something. Adam and Eve, if you go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, Adam and Eve are gods on the earth. Their knowledge is too thick. It's too big. Beyond the numerical, they were God. Genesis chapter 1, verse 6 says, and let us make man in our own image, after our likeness. If I show you the dictionary meaning of likeness, means the same ability, the same reasoning.
What's that?
Is what Adam and Eve has.
So
pay attention.
were they gods or
On
like
the
gods?
earth.
But
Hold
sir,
on,
We are gods.
hold on.
if
I
actually
wanna
they
tell you
were
something.
gods, why were they not able to know that
Just
what they
hold
were
on.
doing was
Just
going
hold
to
on.
be wrong?
I want to tell you something. Now, let me tell you. There are laws. I want to tell you, there are laws.
Yeah.
Now, there is what is called the law of creation. The law of creation. In the law of creation, the creator decides the making of the creature. Whatever the creature has, the creator puts. And the creature's life is only connected or controlled by the creator. That you see it in all cars, everything. That is why if you see
Everything has their specs according to
if
who
you
made
see
them.
any product, they has name. They have names
Attached to it.
They have source.
Yeah.
It's the creator that will tell you this is what. If it is new product, automobile, they tell you it has this capacity. This phone, you can see from 3310 to iPhone. You see what is happening
Yeah,
now?
there are differences.
You can see iPhones are having AI applications. Now they tell you, and when you begin to use them, you see that what they tell you, that is why you see manuals. Now, man, Adam and Eve were created to operate according to divine command. Pay attention. That command they have been operating in that dimension. It's their lifestyle.
So,
Just hold on.
Sorry,
I want to
sorry, I want to understand this very
think.
well. So what I want to say is this. What I want to say is this. When we were asked the definition of sin, you went straight to quote
The source.
from the Bible. And there was never in a place, or most of us have read the Bible. For all you're saying now, I think this is, let's say, maybe your own breakdown or the further breakdown of the Bible. But it's not in the Bible. And when I spoke, I was just going straight with what the Bible. I was not giving my own view or any. I was just giving the description from the Bible. Let us understand the descriptive story of what is in the Bible.
So willful.
If you want to define
what
now,
can we see sin as willful
disobedience?
Whenever
It's what the
somebody
Bible
tells
says.
you, don't do this, and you intentionally go and do it, that is sin.
there is actually nothing to call sin. You get, except your own personal feeling towards what is done to you.
No.
The wrong done to you, then you kind of say, you've wronged me. And for that reason, this is how I feel about it.
Break that down.
That's what I'm saying. Like, along the line, you said it's kind of religious perspective, putting it down. Yeah. And if you see, religion is one side of the rest of the whole world view on life, generally. You get? Now, what I'm just simply trying to say is that sin, we've understood that sin is something done against someone else.
No, that's not
right?
what it is.
Because if you go by the
wanted to
Bible,
go to
it's a
dictionary.
disobedience done against the Creator.
Yes.
That is-
even the dictionary
it is a wrong
that is
thing.
secular defines sin. So open your phone.
It's
check
going to be
dictionary.
there, but I'm just saying
Do you
that the
understand?
simple
So
understanding
there's a
of
definition
sin,
of things. Let someone open the phone. You will see the definition of sin.
Which is,
Yes.
The definition of sin is different from the definition of crime.
is it wrong done to someone else, like he's trying to
or
say?
just
No,
only wrong
no.
done to the Creator.
It's not-
That's what
it's-
I'm trying to understand.
Open dictionary. I want to just.
No, sir, let's
let
just-
us
Tell
not-
us,
Let's
tell
go
us.
with
So
what
we
you
don't want to
I
take
want
our
to open
time.
the phone.
Tell us.
Now, if you open the phone, it will tell you. Let me tell you. Now, it will show you that it's a disobedience against a divine will. or a religious law.
Okay,
Hold on,
Still
hold on.
religious.
that saves us
No,
the stress.
it's a divine will or religious law.
Yeah.
Now, if you take it to religious law, it's still talking about God.
Can we
now.
see sin as a willful disobedience against the divine or against religious laws?
That's what the dictionary means.
That's exactly what it is.
While I'm still trying to also use the foundation he laid is because there were two entities in this story he read. You get the first one and the second one.
Okay.
And then there is a common ground, which is the three that contains what you should do and what you shouldn't do.
Okay.
On my ground, I'm saying they didn't know any difference. You get?
Okay.
Now, if you continue with this, you can ask yourself in the first place, what is that three doing there? If you say they were gods already, because you pictured them as let me finish,
go there,
as
we are
those who
deviating
know,
from definition.
who know already what they were
If we
supposed
go
to do.
in this, if you go in this, we deviate from the definition of the purpose of today's program.
I'm trying to
Because
find
if
that
we-
definition
if-
in that story.
If we go deep, you won't go out here because of things that will open to you. Now, but if we stay within the definition, I read Genesis chapter 2. I
And
read
3.
where he told them don't. Just pay attention. And told them the consequence. You told a child. You used a child, right? But I want to tell you, they were not children. God didn't create them children. Hold on.
Okay,
But even if we say, let their child, let's not just say now, their children. Now, your child didn't just start moving from the first day the child was born. From the first day the child was born. Pay attention very well, sir. I'm a father. I monitor my children. Now, from the first day the child was born, what the child does is whatever the child will begin to do in the future, the child will learn it from what the child says. That's why the scripture says, train a child on the way to go. If you don't see a child to be a vessel that will be pouring good thing, and if you begin to pour bad thing, that child will begin to exhibit it.
But sir, I'm eager to know something here. Adam and Eve, were they aware that if they eat that forbidden fruit, they were going to know the things they didn't know, the bad and the good, like it was going to cause more harm than good to them?
Well, that's a good question. The truth is, they know. If you watch from that Genesis chapter 2, from verse 15, God made it clear. He said, in fact, that should make them afraid. He said, the day you eat it, you shall die.
But they didn't die. That is another angle to this
Yes.
conversation.
And
I'm confused too.
Just hold on.
From what
Just
she
hold on.
asked.
I want her to pick what I just said.
Yeah.
If were they aware, do they have a pre-knowledge
Yeah.
Yes.
of the consequences of eating?
Of their
The
action.
consequences was given to them when the instruction was given to them.
Okay.
Said the day you will eat this, so and so
Will
will happen
to
to you.
Okay, are you trying to say that let's just bring in this modern world now to this very thing that we all know what is good and bad, and people keep doing those things that are not good, knowing the consequences too? Like, are you trying to say that it's similar to what happened to Adam and Eve?
Okay, now let me tell you something. This is another good one too. Now let me tell you. What we try to miss when we say the origin of sin is the personality that brought sin. The personality that brought sin is not even Adam
I was waiting for you to
and
get
Eve.
here.
That personality is the person that caused the influence that makes someone to sin.
To do what is not right.
That is the devil. Now, that was why when we are reading chapter 3, because Eve accommodated the gathering, that continuous discussion, the Bible says, he that walketh with the wise shall be wise.
Okay, sir. Let me ask this question, right?
He made him his friend.
Was
Go ahead,
serpent
sir.
in this portion serpent? Or was just serpent and a description of the devil? Was serpent representing devil? Or was serpent snake? Was snake
Oh,
snake?
an animal.
Was it snake that was talking? Is it an animal that is talking?
Because the animal was still under Adam and Eve.
Okay, when
Okay,
we
sir,
said-
let me put in one so that you answer all.
Okay, go ahead.
You said they knew. I think by this, Eve is supposed to know that this is the devil. 1. 2, she's supposed to know that whatever the devil is telling her is the wrong thing. And lastly, you said that they have been with God all this time. So if they really knew, does it mean that at a point in time, if God to understand that the union they have with God or being with God is no longer favorable
No, it's not
for them,
relevant.
that they had to choose an alternative?
Okay, do you want me to answer this now?
Yes.
anyone
Sir.
can
Now, let me
can
tell you
start with
something. Let me tell you something. If you stay around an intelligent person, you begin to function the same ability. Let me give you an instance. Few years back, about 25 years ago, or 30 years ago, my mother picked a girl that normally take 30 in class, 30 over 30 in class. She came to be a maid, and she was registered to go to school. First time, Mastery Primary School, when it was Mastery Primary School, 46 over 46. We're teaching now. Second term, 46 over 46. Now pay attention. Now there was a family up who were far older than the little child. My parents go to work then, but there was a family up. Their kids were the same age, close to the same age with the girl. Every day, the first daughter would bring board and began to teach the younger one. And the elderly ones, the same age bracket, the elderly one of the girl that is writing is about 1 year difference. The other one is about 2 years difference. So the girl will be writing because the girl win a lot in school. She's
Very
very
intelligent.
intelligent. Now the trading man will be sweeping, I will be doing something and stay there. So my mother will tell her, don't be working and be going there. Finish your work first and join them. I won't flog you. What they are doing is good. That girl began. Now she stayed for some time with them and moved from 46 to first position. How do you talk about it?
influence.
First position. Took it first, took it second, took it third. The head teacher, headmistress, with their class teacher, had to trace her to come to our house to want to know how did the transformation happen. It's an influence.
Yes.
See, let me tell you, who you consistently stay with, no matter who you think you are, will influence you.
Okay, sir. You're trying to say they consistently stayed with the devil.
No. I think
Consistency doesn't mean days.
Okay.
Consistency can mean 3 hours. But the moment you begin to hear something that pleases you, or you like what you're hearing, and stay and keep hearing it, let me tell you something. Everything about man, the control of man, how we reason begins from thought. And that thought comes from what you hear. So when you begin to hear something, and the person will come to a point, if you hear something now, somebody will tell you, come, girl, go and bring your mama, make we do to get money. You don't like the word, you can move the girl immediately. It's either you live there, or you tell her off. But if they tell something, you begin to accommodate it to the point. They begin to reason with it. And if that thing influences you, you will act.
Of course. Sorry, that will bring me to my question again. Was the snake an animal, a snake, or was it the devil?
Okay, let me tell you. That's the
From biblical perspective.
another good question. Though I don't know if they wanted to ask another question to what I was saying, but let me answer
I
this.
think I've asked mine.
Still remaining
Just
number
hold on.
three for you to answer.
Just hold on. Now let me tell you. When it comes to the creation of the earth, everything you see did not just appear from things that is visible.
Okay.
Everything that is visible appears from things that are invisible.
Okay.
The same way you create things. The same way. If you want to paint this thing now, it is first of all an idea in your inside. All these things are all ideas. Inside. They were not seen.
Set everything from the mind.
Ideas. But when you begin to operate according to that idea, you begin to do sketch, begin to look
Begin
for
to
raw
manifest
materials,
them out.
and you begin to use it to produce. That thing that was inside you will suddenly become a physical thing that people will see.
Yeah.
That is how the spiritual and physical happens. Everything you see, God created them. Now, all those things that have breath, that can move like man, can be a vessel that can be used by the Spirit That is why God could talk to somebody as a donkey. Donkey spoke in the Bible.
Okay.
That is why Noah could speak to a bird to go and check if the water has dried. So the spiritual realm, anything that has flesh and can move, spirits can use them to operate. They can enter inside them and use them to operate. Even goats.
So it was a
For the fact that they have,
was the
there's
devil
life.
that
There's
used
life.
So
in
it
them.
was a
So the
male snake
devil, yes,
that the
the
devil
devil entered,
spoke
yes.
through.
So of all the animals, it had to be a snake.
That's choice.
Yeah, choice.
Choice.
Choice. Yes.
Of all the whole
Accepted.
animals, why did Noah ask birds to go?
Because bird flies.
Isn't it?
And bird
no.
perches
No.
upon
It's not
planes.
only, there are many birds. Eagle was there.
There was no specific. Maybe I think said a pigeon or a dove.
No, dove.
Yes, a dove.
There was
Okay,
a
okay,
specific.
let's come to crime.
Okay.
Let's come to crime.
Wait, sorry.
He wants me to
That
answer.
last question I asked.
Oh, just go ahead.
Which you said.
Go ahead.
You've still not answered it.
Please go ahead, repeat it again.
Which has to do with them. Yes, because I had to remember, you're talking about influence. It was that influence you explained. We understand the influence part.
Yeah.
If I stay with Fab up to a year or two, he's going to get something from me. I'm going to get something from him.
Of
But
course.
it's going to take time. Definitely, time will be measured. I don't know if you get me. Time that to get that into effect will be measured. That's why she asked, how long did they stay? You said it mustn't be days. It could be hours. It could be just minutes. Good. But now, it goes back to what I asked you. Does it mean that at a point in time, which I'm not counting how many or the time, because we all know that said they were created, put in the garden, and God has been working in the garden with them about. But we don't know how long. It was only the creation days that we were given 7 days. The rest of the day they stayed, we don't know. It was never mentioned. And I just want us to stop inputting our own line in
Thoughts,
there.
yeah.
Good. Let's just follow what the Bible said. So is it that at a point in time, if God to be like, this option I just got for 3 hours, 3 minutes, we don't know how long she stayed with the devil, sounded more better, of which it also takes us back to, did they know what is good and bad before? Because she will have to reason this thing and conclude that this opinion he is giving me, whether it's in form of a snake or whatever, is far more better than being in the glory of God I have been with. And you said they understood that they were going to die, given the consequences. Meaning that she would understand that I'm going to die, I'm going to lose God's glory, I'm going to lose a lot of things. I'm going to lose my divine state. Meaning that if we take it down, she will also know that she's never going to be in heaven. It will now make us try to understand that. Doesn't mean that there's been hell since. But let's try not to go there. But just understand what I'm saying. It means that she must have processed each and every one of these thoughts for her to choose a side opinion over the divine state, which you said they have been in as
She didn't
gods.
choose. She didn't
But
choose.
It's a
I
willful
think
decision.
she
You say,
didn't even
willfully.
know- she
Okay,
didn't
as
even
a
Disobedient.
Jew, she
Hold on.
chose.
Hold on.
She
To
didn't
do
know
that
it.
thing.
Hold on. So that, just like you said, so that we don't drag
Yeah.
a simple
So we
thing.
don't just
Now, everything you want to say and what you have said so far, I understood it very well.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you something. Your child, when your child disobeys you, doesn't mean your child has chosen what made him to disobey you over you.
understood.
I want you to understand that. So that you can shift that.
So, sir, I'm
Just hold
still
on.
bringing back my...
So that you don't go towards they know it's
Reasoning
God.
them
and-
as your mates.
Do you
They're
understand
supposed
that?
to know- Yes.
But the thing is, like I said there are laws. There are laws. If we don't pick anything, let's pick laws. Now, if you go to Imo State University, you took JAM, you entered school. For you to be in IMSU, there's an age bracket. That is why right now, abroad, they don't do it. In Nigeria, if you're 16, take JAM. If you want to enter school, they won't let you enter.
Yeah, I think
15,
about
they
they,
won't
have
let you
their, they
enter.
have their own age bracket too, but it's a little bit lower.
Do you understand? My sister, the son got medicine, was 15. They say no. 16, they say no. You have to stay for 2 years. As intelligent as he is, to enter 17. And he entered. Now, let me tell you. Now, they know. So, when you come and they say exam malpractice, you know the consequences.
And you understand
Just
the
hold on.
consequences.
That's why I said,
No,
is
just
it-
hold on. Even being in secondary school, you know, say some people, they don't pursue them before because of this. Then in the university, the thing, they're stronger than secondary school. But there was a temptation. Now, when temptation comes, if you don't go away from it and stay with it. What you think you know can be altered. That was why God said, if you see something, don't do gra. Flee from sin.
But you have to recognize it first.
It's a law.
Is it not?
So let me tell you, there is a law already that is supreme that have told you, don't do it. So if somebody is coming to you, say do am. The person who say don't do it has already said, if you do, I'm see what will happen to you. Is that accommodation?
It's what we still say.
Is the accommodation?
Did they know the supreme part
I said
against
they,
the lesser
they
supreme
know.
one? So why did they choose
It's
better?
not, listen,
Like they chose
I want-
worse
There's
than
something.
better.
There's a line you're missing.
That's what we're trying to
Hold on.
like you should
if
clear for
you
us.
Pick that line. I just told you, I use school to tell you now.
Mm-hmm.
The person who enter school no say exam malpractice no good.
Mm-hmm. And it's generally accepted, understood.
So, sir,
So
your answer
the
is that
people-
they were aware.
somebody,
and
They
willfully
were aware
chose
and they
to.
willfully chose to do
even
that.
if they are not aware,
They were told.
they were told.
And
So
that's
that
what
answers
I'm
your
saying.
question.
So
They
were
know.
aware.
That's what we say.
What you want to get to is this. I say it's a law. I said when an instruction is given to you and somebody is coming to you with an anti or counter instruction that is not good, so leave it early.
When you know
Don't
it's not
give
good.
it a chance.
Don't
This is what
give
I'm
it a
saying.
chance
This
at
is what I'm
all.
saying. When
And
you
that-
know it is not good.
But he's
No,
trying to say
I'm telling you,
know
they have already
it's
told
already
them
bad.
if you eat it, this will happen to. And somebody is saying, "Nah, lie, eat them."
So they already know, right?
Yes, that's
God
what
told
he's
them
trying
already.
to.
All right, so what I'm saying is, for me, I've come to understand what you're laying. But if we still go by, they already know. For me, it contradicts the fact that there was a substance containing the source of knowing. You get my point? That they had to willfully disobey, because that is what you said sin is all about. The willful disobedience of a divine law. That means they understood that this is divine law, and she chose willfully. She made a choice to willfully disobey that divine law, knowing both what she's doing, the consequence of what she's doing, and how long it's going to take. So she chose to do that. So then why is the tree still what contains knowing what is good and what is bad?
Okay. There are different types of knowing.
Oh, okay.
Now let me tell you something. You tell a child, don't go to this naked wire. If you go there, it will shock you. You're giving a child knowledge. And somebody saying, I lie. Go check out. And the child will go and check it and put his hand. Now, like the child, you tell the child, this wire is naked. Maybe there is a fault in the house that if you go, it may not be naked, but if you touch the socket, it shocks. Now, you have told the child already. That's a knowledge of his own.
Okay.
That's a knowledge. Now, but for the child, whatever reason, by being inquisitive or whoever, curiosity, that makes the person, the child, to go there and touch it. God forbid the child doesn't die. And the child receives a shock. That's a practical knowledge by experience. That's a different kind of knowledge.
By experience.
Before we move forward,
That's
By-
a different kind of
I
knowledge.
once came across a post, and I believe that person is an unbeliever. I once came across a post by an unbeliever who said that God lied because he said, if you eat this fruit, you will die. They ate the fruit, and they did not die. They were still alive. Now that brings me to this question. Which of the death was God talking about? Was it a spiritual death or was it a physical death? Because if it was a physical death, they
would
did
have
not die.
died.
They were still living. Rather, he now came back to push them out of the garden and say, get out from here, you have disobeyed me. Was God lying when he said, if you eat this fruit, you will
shall
die?
die.
Because they did not die.
Okay. Good question, too. Now, let me tell you something. That death is two.
Okay.
One spiritual death, one physical death. Before the fruit was eaten, Adam has communion, constant communion. God comes every evening.
Okay.
Now, after that fruit, they were pursued.
Sorry, the communion
on.
you mean is what? Which communion? Like interaction with God?
Face to face.
The Bible says God comes every evening.
Face to
chat with
face.
them.
That is
It was when he
clarification.
came again that he discovered that they were hiding.
Yeah, he comes
From him.
constantly.
So God
Just
didn't
hold
know
on.
they already
I want
ate
to answer. I want to answer. Just hold on. I want to answer this so
I
that,
like that
whatever you want to ask,
I'm
whatever you want
like
to
that
ask,
question.
whatever you want to ask, you ask.
Yeah.
Now, the first death is a disconnection from the source.
Okay.
And
Spiritual
anytime
death.
he disconnects from you, see, your source gives you whatever that you have, you are. If you disconnect from the source, in fact, you're dead. Trees, you see trees? If you go to a tree, cut a branch, and still put the branch on a tree, from afar, the branch is still green. Well, give it time.
It will die.
Days, you know that the source has been disconnected. Now that's the first death, disconnection from his original source,
So it's
the one that
spiritual
created him,
death.
spiritual death. Secondly, there was no trace of physical death.
Yeah.
Now, in Romans chapter 8, verse 2, he said, "For the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus has made me free from the law of sin and death." It's sin that actually brought the physical death to.
So they were not supposed to die in the first place.
They were not supposed to die.
Okay, they disconnected from the source.
The source. So that source, in as much as they are living, but they are living big to end.
It's as if they were not on their own.
That's that knowledge that they're not supposed to have.
Okay.
Because they did it, it seems good. I know say this in the shock. I know say somebody they die. If you know him, you go die. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. They don't have inside them death. So by eating it, death has entered into the consciousness.
Yeah.
So because it has entered, they will experience it. So that's the knowledge that the devil was calling good that they're not supposed to know.
Okay,
Go
so my
ahead.
question is, God didn't know they already ate the forbidden fruit before coming to the garden, because if he had known, he would have from heaven now chased them out.
Okay, just hold on. Just hold on. Now, God is all-knowing God. That is his name. He knows the end.
Let's not go there.
If I say this, no use this thing I'm going to say now to ask more questions because you're going to stretch.
Right.
Okay,
He
sir.
knows the
We'll put it
end
for next topic.
from the beginning. Now, let me tell you. If I put a CCTV camera here and give my children instruction, God sees. He sees the whole world.
Like CCTV.
But his relationship with man is beyond just operating as God. His family. I know say you don't do this thing. I won't come ask you why you do them. That was why God came.
Okay.
It's not go from there.
Yeah.
There's a CCTV camera a man planted in his office. They steal. He go from there, pursue them. Now so you won't crash the business.
But in that
But
sense,
there
But he had to
question-
come down.
but there
Now
was-
why you do this?
But there was
Do you
a question
understand?
God asked.
He came down.
He
Yes.
said, how did you know you were naked?
he started from where are
Have-
you?
Where are you? As if he didn't know where he was.
Where they
Oh,
were.
Oh, I heard your voice and then
I
I
hid.
hid myself. He said, how did you know you were naked?
That
Have
means
you
he
eaten the
didn't know.
fruit that I told you not to eat? That means
He
it's as
didn't
if
know
God
they already
didn't
ate
know
the
that they
fruit.
have eaten the fruit. Until
Don't
now I
speak
said,
what is.
had they,
No,
does
sir,
it mean you have
I'm
eaten the
eager
fruit?
to
I said
know.
God is all-knowing God.
The
Don't
man
say he
started
didn't
making-
know.
the man started making an
he
excuse.
didn't
I
know
answered
now.
you. I said he knows the end
Okay.
from the beginning.
And he's asking you a question of what God said to Adam and Eve.
What the Bible
And I explained
said,
to you.
what God said.
I just answered that. I said, you put a CCTV camera in your office. You saw everything that happened. But because it's a structural organization, it's a system running. You don't pursue people from afar.
Yeah.
So the person had to sign out. Oh, I don't catch you or go. It means you're not a leader.
Yeah.
Yes, but
So he comes and tell you, as you just they come, the person they dodge, they try to dodge your face. But say no be so the person they do. Now vibrant person will go just welcome you, carry your bag. Say this one where you do like this. Nothing there wrong with you.
Don't fuck up.
You are not telling him because you don't know. You want to have that still relationship with him so that he will
able to
own up and
explain.
take responsibility to
So
talk to
probably
you.
had he been Adam fell on his face then and say, my
God, I'm
Lord, I don't
sorry.
fuck up, I'm sorry. They
God
have
would have
forgiven me.
forgiven him.
Probably they wouldn't have been chased from the garden.
Probably, just like you said.
Yeah.
Because after all, Jesus
That's a lot.
told Peter, and Peter, when it happened, Jesus told Peter vowed it won't happen. But when it happened, Peter remembered. But he didn't say no with pride. But he said, forgive me.
But Adam
I
started
didn't end
shifting
up
blames.
like Judas.
Yes.
Yeah, I have two things I just want to add about this.
Okay, go
Two
ahead.
things. Let me just add. Talking about death, it was through their action. Sin came in, death came in. And you've explained the two type of death they were. But then, if that be the case, if we read on in that chapter 3 down, we'll see that there was also another tree in the garden. It was not just one tree of knowledge of good and bad. There's a tree of life and death too. That was the tree that they were cast out from after they have eaten from that of knowledge. That's why they were prevented from that tree. If you watch and also read the earliest book, the Catholic Bible, you see that he had to put cherubims and seraphim to guard them from that tree.
It's still here.
That contains what? Life and death. Two trees. One has knowledge of what is good and bad. Another one has life and death.
So, for me, I was trying to say that, meaning that if there was a tree of knowledge of good and bad and a tree of life, meaning that they didn't have knowledge prior to their actions and then they were not meant to live forever, being there was a tree there. Now, the second question is that you said that the relationship between God and these two individuals was like family. And if we, in our various families, we know that we can't sit down and watch a brother die, even if we want him to learn a lesson, even if we want to find out the truth about something, we must intervene, let alone a father. So, I don't know what you have to say about that.
Oh, okay.
Like, why didn't God from the beginning
Why didn't the
tree?
father?
Remove the tree.
Why didn't the father remove that which is going to harm the children when he knows? You said he knows the beginning, the end from the beginning. He knows that we are going to be having this podcast today from before he created Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
And we have, from history, we have seen all that has happened, both the evil and the good. Jesus coming, he could have prevented all this if he really wanted a perfect
And if he was
creation. Like you said, the creature or the creation comes from the creator. So
make it a question. Let me help you. Maybe
The
that's
question
what
is
you want
this.
to ask.
The question is
why
this.
didn't he cause the tree to die or not even create it
okay,
in
let
the
me put
first place?
just one line question. The question
Yeah,
is this.
one line.
If the creator is so perfect, so good, so benevolent and all things good, nothing evil,
Yeah.
how come from the source of all good cometh something evil?
Evil.
And there was no hand put in place to avoid that. It was allowed. Then the thing is that he didn't take responsibility for that. The blame was put on the creature or the creation. And he had to step in again. My question is, why was there no perfect word created?
Hold on. The answer is, it was perfect. Pay attention.
Okay.
And I want to believe that you picked this.
Okay.
In Genesis chapter 1, if you read down after the creation of man, when God was signing his autograph, he said everything he created was good. Pay attention. Everything he created, when he was signing out, after all creation, the end of Genesis chapter 1, all through Genesis chapter 1, was creation. He was creating things, the earth.
He said, and God saw it was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And that is it. Now let me tell you. But you must understand this. This will help us. In the spiritual realm, there is law. In the physical realm, there is law. For if there is law of operation, these things must be, so that there will be obedience, what to follow and what not to follow. If there is day, there is night. If there is taking off, there must be falling down. These things are laws. God is a God of law. Now, you can't say, why didn't God create all through the day? Let there be day. All through. There must be balance. God is the God of order. If there is night, so that you go to sleep. You should sleep. Spirit don't sleep. But you're a spirit living in a body. If you don't sleep, this body will crash. He created. So these things are order. Now, those trees you were talking about, if I go deep, this won't finish. That tree that you see, that is tree of life. You see that tree you're talking about? That tree, they were protected is because the time to eat that tree has not even come. That tree is Jesus. Go to John chapter 15. I am the tree, the vine. If we go deep in scriptures, you understand that God you can't eat it now. That's the full manifestation of Christ the Savior.
All right, you've made a great point, but I am still not so satisfied with that part.
Which part, please?
If everything he created was good, why is this tree still called the tree of good, of bad, and evil?
Okay.
Why is he still there? And why will somebody eating it cause problem? This tree could have just been caused to die or never been created, so that
Everything remains good.
We don't have to be in this altercation. We will not be here having problem of did we eat it?
Understood. I just understood what you just said. Let me just answer it. By the grace of God. Do you like light?
Of course.
Is something bad in light?
No.
There is.
Okay.
Go and put it. Go and say naked wine.
Okay.
That's not light.
I said light. Electric light.
This
That's
is
what I
light.
mean.
This is light.
No.
You're talking about electricity.
Electricity.
It's different.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Electricity. Do you like river? Now, if you don't know how to swim and enter inside the river, you're dead.
Yeah, when you don't know how to.
Just hold on. Just hold on. Nobody is born with the knowledge of how to swim.
My point.
Just hold on.
Yes, sir.
Just hold on. But everyone is born, man, with the authority to dominate the earth, including the river. The fall of man brought many things. The fall of man created another ability not to understand your ability. It's another knowledge I'm telling you about.
Okay.
Another ability not to understand
Your ability. Now let me tell you.
Creating an inability.
Now let me tell you something. That was that death, sin and death. Adam was made perfect. That tree you saw, I tried to explain it to you, is to create balance.
Between
That there should be a law.
balance between what and what?
The balance of your existence. You're supposed to be doing this for me. You're supposed to. There should be you're supposed not to. Just like yes or no. Light
Okay.
and darkness.
Good
There
and
should be a
bad.
balance.
Good and bad, right?
Not that the bad.
Good and bad.
Just hold on. The bad you're calling that tree, that bad was not created.
I don't understand.
Now let me tell you. That tree is a potential. The bad came by disobedience.
All right, sir. We've been dwelling so much on Adam and Eve, the story of the Bible, how sin came far much in the past. I think this Bible they talked about 2,000 years ago. That is not much of my concern. My concern is, in our present day, there is what the society calls crime, illegalities. For example, rape. Rape is a crime. If you do it, they will judge you and send you to prison. For example, obtaining by false pretense, the one they call Yahoo Yahoo, taking money from people illegally. This is a crime in the society, right? Now we come about what the religion we call sin. For example, prostitution. There could be no law in the world, I can't remember any now, that criticizes or convicts people for prostitution. But the religion will be busy shouting, it is wrong, it is a sin, don't do it. But here is the law saying, I don't care. If you want to be a prostitute, it's on you. As long as you don't use your prostitution to rob somebody or you don't kill somebody in the process. Now, that is the law, folding hands at what you are doing. But the religion is shouting and say, prostitution is evil. But when it comes to illegalities, like obtaining by false pretense, religion will fold their hands and be looking at you and say, get the money. Anyhow you get the money, come and pay your tithe, I don't care. In fact, some pastors I know in this town will raise their hand and pray for some people that are obtaining things by false pretense and say, you will be blessed this week, your client will pay, this one will pay. So, balancing it up in this modern time, how do we reconcile crime, example, rape, and the sin, example, prostitution, where the church is folding their hands and the law is folding their hands. What could be regarded as crime and sin in this modern time?
Okay. Okay, let me start by correcting you. The church is not folding hands on both crime and sin.
Okay.
Okay? When you say church is the body of Christ. Church is not one person. I want you to understand that one. Church is where people that believe in God gather. It's not even a building together
It's a gathering.
to worship God. So when you say church, you just told me you're a believer.
Yes.
You're criticizing yourself. You're saying you too, that you don't talk about sin and crime in the modern day. Do you do that? Do you
Yes,
talk
I
about
do.
it?
I do.
Against it?
Yes.
If you talk about it, then church talks about it. Your church.
Okay.
Did I answer that?
Yes, you
I am
answered.
church. I talk about it.
Yeah.
I talk against it. So I'm church.
But what is prevalent is that there are some pastors. Let me be specific this time. Sorry to say, but I wanted to just use religion. But I have seen pastors pray for so-called Yahoo boys who are obtaining by false pretense, pretending to be someone, scamming people. And the pastor is somewhere praying for your progress. How do we reconcile this in the modern era? Does it mean that obtaining by false pretense or Yahoo is a good thing? That they should do it?
Okay.
Let me
me
add a
tell-
little.
No,
Sorry.
let me answer
It's
this.
the same thing, but I just want to add, like you all focusing on the Yahoo boys, right? But let's also give the pastor the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they didn't know, right? Of which you should be able to look into it. But also there are those who sell the daily market stuff in the markets. Normally, yes, we know you add your transport fare, you add tax to whatever you sell it. But there are those who topple theirs more than should be. And they also come, bring in offerings or whatever, and they are also prayed over. But my own side is coming from, shouldn't the pastor or the priest or whoever be able to know what you're doing is wrong? Like he's saying, there are pastors who willingly shield these fellows, pray for them, do fasting for them, and tell them they're going to be progressful in whatever they are doing. And whatever they are doing, maybe when they are doing an announcement to the church, but they know what they are doing. They know. So I think that was why he was saying the church is folding their hands.
Let me answer this. I just, by the grace of God, answered what you said about church. I don't define the church. You are the church. I am. I hate that. You just said you hate it. I talk about it, against it. That is to say the church is standing against it. Now, but you're talking about pastors. I don't discuss ministers of God. I don't discuss pastors. But if I am to answer you, I'll just tell you this. Jesus said, in the end time, there shall be false prophets. Why you worry yourself on fulfillment of what Jesus said? You go, if you stop them. End time, people will do miracle and say, in the name of Christ, but they are not of him. So if Jesus no worry, why you they worry?
No, I think
Just hold on. Just hold on,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
I want to tell you this. He just said, end time, there should be rumors of war. And you're seeing war. Your own is this thing. Where God talk, don't they happen? No, make I organize myself.
Yeah.
You can't stop prophecy.
Yeah.
These things will happen. He said it will happen. So the moment you begin to see pastors, what they do, come on from their church, now go another place.
Don't say this is the wrong one.
Because you will know that actually, that Jesus is not the foundation of this one. It's a prophecy fulfilled. At the end, such people will come. So you have seen one of them. That's a proof that this one is not of Christ.
Yeah.
But don't go start judging him because you're not the one to judge. Because everyone's sin will be dealt with. Even those that claim that they are serving God, I don't even know if they are serving him and in truth. You can even raise your hand to say they are serving him. When the time comes, Jesus knows their heart.
Okay,
He knows things
on a
in
second
the
note-
secret.
On a second note, most of the things that religion tries to call sin are primarily way of life, are common things that people should naturally do.
For example,
For example, psychologists will tell you the primary needs of a man they say shelter, they say clothing, they say food, and they say sex. These are the primary needs of a man. But now, and you see, normally, even without being told, when cold comes, you need clothes. When hunger comes, you need food. When there is too much sun or too much rain, you need shelter. And normally, you also need sex. Even without being told.
When there is too
naturally,
much, when there is too
When
much,
you're honey.
when there is too much, you
biological
become honey.
frustration or
Biologically,
stress.
you become honey and you need sex.
it's natural.
If you don't do it, like those days when we are still very much young, that we don't even know what a woman is, you might start having things like wet dreams.
Yes, we
You
do.
must
We do-
release
We do have it.
because it's nature, right? Now, this way of life are the things the religion tries to call sin. Do you think they are actually sin? For example, sex.
Before marriage, let's be specific.
Oh, okay. We are diverting, but let me answer this.
Premarital
I don't want us to deviate a very
Yeah,
long
that will
part.
bring
No,
us to
we
if
go
crime is
indirect.
sin and
We
if
go
sin is
indirect
sin,
now.
it's
But
crime.
let me tell you this. If you take all the whole, okay, let's use the secular world.
Yeah.
Now, if you take all the laws of the secular world, they're from the Bible.
Okay.
I'm telling you the truth. Anything you call is in the Bible. Yahoo is in the Bible. Stealing somebody's money. Through tricks. It's called Yahoo. It's in the Bible. Do you understand? Now, what you call sex, like fornication, I'm talking about.
Yeah, fornication.
Like prostitution, I'm talking about. That people are using it to make money. Now, I ask you, what is prostitution? Prostitution is fornication turned to a career.
Yeah.
So is fornication a sin? Yes. In the Bible. Just hold on. But let's go to your direct question.
Which is almost like a primary need
Sex.
of-
Let us go to your direct question.
Premarital sex.
Just
sir.
hold on. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, that's the question.
As you grow, you see you. Inside a seed is a forest. A seed is a forest. But until that seed is planted, it has a potential of becoming a forest. Just like a corn. Inside one corn is 30 acres of farm corn. If you plant one, it grows, half cups. Each cup, full corn, has about 3. Each cup is more than 100. Plant the whole 100. You have a farm of. But until that seed is planted, you can't have. That potential remains inside. Now, inside you is the potential to become a man, to become great. A man, to become a woman. But everything has time and season.
Okay.
That you feel like doing it and it's not its time. You feel like becoming a medical doctor in secondary school. Why not from secondary school jump and become a medical doctor? Why don't you do that?
Because it's not yet time.
Everything has time. And as stated by, God made Adam and Eve adults and they get married and produce a child. And began to produce, and we started not as adults, but as children, to develop to become an adult.
Okay.
Now, sex, when you want to know what to do and what not to do, is the purpose. The moment you begin to understand the purpose of a thing, you begin to know the time for that thing. Now, the purpose of becoming a medical doctor is to treat others.
Yes.
But you know, for you to become that medical doctor, and I said earlier about law, to become a practicing medical doctor, you pass through studying medicine. You can't do it because you have.
So there is a process to get to before
Yes.
you start having the sex.
Now, the purpose of sex is what? Let me ask you before I now answer you.
So the
To
thing is,
reproduce.
in as much as everybody will say procreation, unfortunately, there are more to that. It might not just be procreation alone. We might include 1, procreation, 2, fun, and 3, growth and some of removing excess from your body. Just like someone that goes to the toilet, removing excess whatever from your body. So it has a lot of fun.
Let me add to what he said.
Before that, let me answer this. Carry talk logo.
Okay.
Sir, please, let's be sincere.
Okay.
People are listening to us.
Okay.
Now let me tell you this. The purpose of sex, everything we are talking about, somebody created them and it's God.
Yeah.
The purpose of sex in the Bible. Your maker, your producer. If the person that created your phone at this thing and tells you the purpose, why you bought it to where it is because he declared the purpose. You saw the purpose and you're wearing it. The cap, they made it. The purpose is there, you're wearing it. The slippers, everything. So why is it that when it comes to man question purposes? Now the purpose of sex has origin. So why can't you go to the origin? Who
So
practiced-
what is the
hold on,
what
sir.
is the
Who
origin?
practiced it first in the origin? Are they not husband and wife?
Okay.
That's the first thing you must know. The second one, what is the aftermath of sex? The major aftermath of sex that people celebrate.
Okay, now.
Hold on, sir. It's procreation.
Okay.
Now, if you go to the same source, that was what happened. If you now bring it to removing SSCs, so there are many people, so let me tell you, there are many people who are monks. They are locked inside the place. You can't see them. They have not had sex for 40 years. They are healthy. Let us not deceive ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not deceive ourselves. They are not healthy, actually, in full terms.
Hold on. Hold
So
on.
I can tell you on that.
Hold on.
I can give more.
If you want to have
more
a
description
discussion
on
on
that,
this,
but we could just leave it.
see.
Okay.
Let me tell
okay,
you.
so let me,
Because
let me
even-
ask another question.
we
Let's
could
not,
leave it.
Why I
let's not
told you
dwell.
that?
Let's not
Why I
dwell.
told you that?
Let's not dwell on.
Even in scriptures, I say there are some called eunuchs
Eunuch is one
who are separated themselves that they won't get married.
Okay, I
The
have.
Bible said, and they won't get married and they're having sex.
I have another guy. Let's not make it look
let's
like
not.
we are talking about sex. Now, it's as if the law or the society, which is coming from the part of crime now, they don't care if you are having sex or not, if you are a prostitute or not, if you are doing a lot of things that religion is saying don't do. They don't care if you are calling the name of your father God in vain. They don't care if you go to church on Sunday. They don't care. This is society folding their hands and what you say. Do what you have to do. Why is the church so interested in doing this thing and the society doesn't care if you are doing it or not? Are you understanding what I'm asking?
Okay. Now, we're talking about church and society.
Yeah.
Society is made up of what? Please.
People who came
Group of
together
people.
with a common purpose.
People in the church are made up of what?
Same people.
Now let me tell you. When you talk about society, you're talking about both those that are in church and those that don't go to church.
Yeah. Everybody.
That is why it's called the secular world, where everyone is coming together. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, there is a law guiding the secular world
Okay.
that is making this person from this religion, this person from this religion, they are in the same nation,
Yeah.
but they are living. They can stay in the same office and work together. So that law has, that system has a law of common operation. Is that one that you, now, that one that is governing, they have the small, they say, if you do this thing, it's pardonable. If you do this one, it's not pardonable. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like a system. Like now, you go for a system, somebody drop money. You go take them, say now 1,000 naira or 2,000. You didn't tell the person. They'll tell you it can be pardoned. Do you understand? They'll tell you it can be pardoned. You just took it. But somebody now go
To CBN.
defraud the same organization of 100 million. They charge the person to court and sentence the person. Do you understand? They said that is a crime. But the other one that saw 1K or 2K and took it and didn't tell anybody, in the eyes of God, both of them stole. No matter the level, the amount, it's not the amount that makes it sin. Is the doing, the act. But it's in the secular world is the amount.
Yeah.
You stab somebody knife is bad. The person didn't die. Make we reconcile. Make una no fight. Na knife. You stab somebody. Police no come. You go treat her. But at the same stab, somebody die. Are you getting what I'm saying? So it defines crime. That's why I'm coming. Sin and crime. Crime is totally the violation of a law of a system.
Yes. Made by people.
Violation. Say if you carry gun, come out, even hold somebody, and say make him bring phone.
Yeah.
That big crime. You never see if they catch you, they feel burn you alive or carry you, jail you. Do you understand? Because there's a system that forbids it. If you do, you have violated the system. But in the sin aspect, you don't need to use the gun.
Yeah.
Your mama purse, you open them now, your mama, you steal the money without letting her know. It's the same stealing. But why, if we recognize the one from the Bible, it will help us is that one the society doesn't rush is the foundation. Is the seed sown that grows to become that big one that everybody is shouting. And now this is where you're talking about the church. Why the church cannot rule over the system is because God created us. Just check out God, our own Father.
Yeah.
But He is not forcing us. He gave you a will. That's the pattern. He gave you a will to choose. But now, what you have chosen, if it is evil, at the end you pay dearly for it. It's a will. He gave you a will. But now, just hold on, sir. But now, if you say the church, if you don't understand the purpose of the church, that is why major criticism against the church is because of ignorance, high level of ignorance.
Yeah.
When people criticize church like this, I just told you, we are church. Many people, when they criticize church, they go church. Now, them be church. Church is not a building. Church is not the pastor. The pastor is a privileged person who is God using to preach. If the pastor is not around, any other person that can study and preach.
Okay, sir. Let me know. Okay.
Just hold on. Now, if we understand the purpose of church, many things we think that church will influence in the society that already has an existing law is not supposed to be. One, what is the purpose of the church? It's where the word of God is being taught to us so that we go live it to the society.
Yeah.
Is the church supposed to come out and now begin to do the work in the society? No. Because the church, we are members of the church. We receive the word, we go practice it.
Yeah.
So if we're now looking at, like, when they call church, they call religious people. The leaders, the head, the bishop, the pastors.
Yeah.
Their assignment is that is why they are laboring in the word. When you come, they share the word, you receive it and go put it to use. But something happens, you want them to come out and talk. It becomes abuse of purpose.